Hi everybody, Greg here, and today I want to talk to you about changing perspectives. We're living in interesting times, that's for sure. And people are coming to me and telling me things, and I felt it was important to speak into it. So if you're one of those people that's found yourself locked down and you're bored, then listen up. If you're someone who is socially distancing and you're feeling disconnected and not able to reach out to people and you're frustrated, then you're in the right place right now. And if you're someone who's confined to four walls or your home, to a particular space, and you're feeling like the world is ending, then this video I am making for you. So, alternative perspectives. I just want you to consider what I'm going to lay out in front of you. And I'm not asking you to change your mind straight away. That might be something that you choose to do later on. A great quote that is a quote of this time and of many times. Unless you go within, you go without. That's right, going within. The time that we're in at the moment, it's really an inside job. We've been doing outside jobs for so long, it's time to go within. Inside of you, as well as inside of me, whether you believe it or not right now, is an entire universe waiting for you to discover. That's right. So actually, when you think about it this way, we are caught in a trap. We're caught in a trap. We're also caught in what I would consider an unnatural rhythm. We've been caught up in the mind with its speed, its drama, it's moving so fast, it's chaotic. This is a mental trap. It's a mind trap. And people who have been caught in it for so long now, people are tired. They're worn out, and for those that have been caught for a really long period of time, they're in fact burned out. So what's the alternative perspective? Well, the alternative perspective is based on slowing down. It's based on learning to reintroduce a new pace into your life. A pace that suits you, and a pace that allows you, when you go within, to discover inner balance. That's right. So how do we set about achieving this? Well, what we need to do is begin to observe. Sounds simple. What I'm talking about observing is observing the mind. That's right. When the mind's doing its analysis, you simply sit and you observe the analysing as it's going on. Observing the mind as it's thinking. Come on, let's face it, the mind likes to think. And what I'm saying is just observe it, just watch the thinking. Or in fact, leave the mind to just get on with the thinking itself. Observe the creations of the mind. Your mind likes to be creative. Just let it create. But you step back and you observe it. Do not, and this is the trap, do not get stuck in the mind while it's analysing, thinking and creating. Do not attach to the mind while it's analysing, thinking and creating. Do not associate strongly to the mind when it's analysing, thinking and creating. So let me give you an analogy. Imagine you're in the kitchen cooking and you're going to put something in the oven. Well, all that you're going to do is go back and observe it from time to time. You're not going to climb in the oven, are you? Of course you're not, because not only will you burn, you'll also cook as well. And this is what's happening. We're climbing in, we're associating with the mind. Or imagine that you were blending and you had a blender big enough. Well, you don't climb in the blender and get spun round in this mental chaos, do you? Well, that's exactly what we do with the mind. When we blend in the kitchen, we put in the ingredients, we stand back and we observe. And imagine that it's time to do some chopping. Well, you're not going to climb on the chopping board and get chopped up, are you? Of course you're not. You're going to stand and observe as you do the chopping and put the items to one side. And this is the way that the mind really works. So think of people in the current times where the mind's projecting, I'm bored. I'm bored. Listen to that construction. I am bored. The whole identity, the personality, the individual is caught up in this construction of boredom. They're declaring that the totality of I, all of me, is currently bored. And I remember when my children were growing up, I used to ask them this question. How is it that you're choosing, keyword, how is it you're choosing to bore yourself right now? Because think about it, boredom is in fact a choice. Where am I putting my attention such that I'm choosing to engage in an activity called boredom? Curious, yeah. So if we begin to get back in control, then we begin to realize that we are the driver of our own car or bus or whichever vehicle or this body vehicle that we're driving right now. So put yourself in control, make a new choice. So the beauty of this lockdown, this distancing and this confinement is that there are many, many, many alternatives available to you. There's new possibilities, there's new perspectives, and there's new attitudes as well that you could be choosing right now. Imagine you're a Buddhist. Buddhists just think the world's changed in a way that it's given us this one long permanent retreat. They're absolutely delighted. Think of yogis in the Himalayas. They'd be like, what? You've been told to go to your cave and stay in your cave? They would just see it as normal, everyday activity. And think of monks in their monasteries being told that you can't come out of your monastery, you have to stay in and meditate. It's just an activity of daily living for them, and they'd probably smile and just continue with life in a normal way. So how is it that we see it differently because of this unnatural pace, because of this mental trap? So you're allowed to go out and exercise once a day. Take a walk in nature. While this video is recording, you may be able to hear the beautiful sound of the birds around you. And as you walk in nature, walk more slowly, walk purposefully, walk gently up on the ground, and open your senses up. See more things. Pay more attention to the sounds. Pay more attention to the feelings, maybe the feeling of the sun touching your skin, or the feeling of the winds gently brushing against you as it blows past. But maybe during your exercise time daily, go out and ride. Yeah, I want you to ride in a different way, because riding's something that allows you to practice movement, but also balance. Balancing finely on those two wheels. And just get a sense, a feeling of what movement and balance together are like, because that's what we want to bring to our daily life. Yet the mind game keeps us away from this beautiful centered movement and balance. And I've been speaking to a number of business people lately and noticing how it is for them to be slowing down. Quite a few of them are saying it's actually an interesting time because it's allowing them to catch up. People have had piles of information on their desk. All of a sudden it's depleting, diminishing and disappearing. People are also in business learning to use new ways, maybe ways that allow them to reduce their carbon footprint by doing meetings online. It's not entirely new, yet it's new to be doing it all day, every day. So people are finding new technologies, new ideas, they're being creative in new ways while slowing down. And actually, when life so-called goes back to normal, then they're going to have new ways in which they can choose to do business. And actually, if they're doing meetings online, imagine how much time they're going to save to then spend with family, with loved ones, with friends, in social settings, or other dynamic settings that they enjoy. And again, from a new perspective point of view, this is a time now, a time of potentially great care. where you can, as opposed to lying on the couch and becoming a couch potato watching Netflix and TV, you can engage in yoga, meditation, breath work, or other enjoyable pastimes that allow you to begin to go on this inward journey. And one last thing that you could do to change your perspective is form a new habit. There are so many lectures, seminars, and other experiences online at the moment. So many generous people giving away information and communications. Make sure you tune into something worthwhile and enjoy the unfolding of learning a new skill, a new habit, a new behavior. Something that can change your life today, or maybe in fact dramatically change your life for a long term. So maybe there's a universal force at play today. Something far beyond all of us that's created this change in the environment and given us a time to engage in new behaviors, new activities, and change. Maybe something's being created in order to allow us to connect or to understand the person or people that we're closest to give us more time with them day to day. Maybe something universal's changed in order to give us a time to learn. Or maybe something's changed to give us, you and I, the opportunity to go deeper within and to discover this universe within us. So my message today is change your perspective. Change your perspective, go within. Change your perspective, go within and connect with your heart. This is a time for not being locked down. This is a time for growing and enriching, for shifting perspectives. It sounds simple. Actually, it's not. So if you're finding it a stretch whilst considering what I'm suggesting, do reach out. Because if you do have the dedication, the discipline, the perseverance and the commitment, then people like myself, we're here to discuss things with you and support you on your journey. Thanks for listening today. Take a moment, consider deeply within, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Bye for now.